Good evening, folks. Good morning, Australia. It's 15th day, 10th month, 2022. What I'm looking at here is a representation of all the precipitable moisture on the planet. Like if it rained down right now, all the moisture, that's where it is. And that's how much you'll see, represented over here by this graph on the side. Okay? Inches, millimeters. These guys gives you a little graph to maybe start learning the metric system over in this part of the one country, so I don't have to keep switch back and forth. We've got a lot of EMF moves of concern. I can do a long-term forecast. Um, Somebody asked me this, so I'm going to go into it now. It's not just about what's here. It's not just about what's here. Matter of fact, it's very little about what's here. Long term, it's all about what's here. What's going on here? What's coming under Africa? Where is it going? What kind of pulses are happening down in Antarctica to shoot stuff up certain directions? Like this pulse comes down here. You'll see a tickle here at the end. A little bzz, pow. It's this little tickle. It does it. You have to be quick to spot these. I'm sorry, this is going to jump if I do it that way. I don't want it to. I'll show you. See that little tickle come on down here in an arc? In an arc, very suddenly. And when it's this direction, it's usually the combination of these two. One of these two super darn antennas that are located part of your Jorn network that are aimed this way. That's their coverage zone. Something's hitting up here. Yeah? That's going to affect this storm. It's going to increase the earthquake risk incredibly along the chromatic trench here. There's actually some big earthquake risks that I see associated with some of the beams today. But the coolest looking one I seen yet was I saw that just looks like a cartoon head. And I think it's funny. Up here, you see the eyes, eyebrow, nose, made by the island features and just the general look of the ridiculous haircut. I thought that was silliness, but it's not silly what these geostorms are doing. Okay, as these go over the Philippines, they're raising hell right now. Absolutely raising hell. And a big beam now. This is of concern for you guys in Australia. This is controlling this moisture here. That's going to back this up this direction. Shoot stuff this way. That runs into the beam influence that's coming this way. So you'll have floods here, here, and here. Vietnam, you got a direct beam right over the top of you. And you guys are scheduled for some very bad weather. You could just see it right here. If I do the super zoom, you'll have a better view. And then I'll show you how all this affects Australia. Thought I'd do a little different kind of show this morning. Because you got a few hours still to prepare for what's coming. And what's coming is still very bad. Yeah, I nailed it. Beam here, beam swath here, manipulating this storm here. And this moisture here. And this is not going to bode well for Vietnam. And the beam's coming down this direction in an arc. It's like a double pulse. It's probably the suspect's going to be a HAARP array that's over here near where I'm pointing in India. It's a very large one. They have a field of last check it was five big fields of antennas. Some were hexagon shaped, so you'll often see their pops very distinctly when you look at cloud imagery of what they do. Yeah, these things actually show you. I could show you what they do. They create sometimes what you guys call gravity waves. The pulses, boof, 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 right? And as we get along the equator, strange things happen with the flows. Things can go straight, and that way they're not as subjected to strong Coriolis effects as you get further north and further south, which has a lot to do with how strong a vortex is going to be. And I have to know these things. This is part of your forecast. Now we've had a beam over here, right? This is going to start to move this up with the cold air, a fold. Boop, this heats into this, and this will start to loop around, which will make a nudge, pow, and hits into this one, which will help fold this in, and that's going to take about 20 hours, maybe 25 hours for that to come along and hit that and do a nudge, pow, and a nudge will then cause further spinning to go on. This is nudging this. This is nudging this. You see what I mean? The nudge. I could show you the nudge move all over. It's a very common geoengineering move for moving vortexes. There's a beam coming down here. Alaska's always a suspect, right? But you got a lot of stuff capable along these coastlines of doing that. That's just how that works. That's a big beam. They're going to have some heavy flooding through here. And the earthquake risks, again, this is never good for Mexico City. Because that there and that there is right in a volcanic zone where it won't be surprised to me if they pop the pimple till that pressure just releases. Especially with the moon is up during the day right now at a certain angle. I've always noticed a correlation with what I call the day moon quake. So Australia, your long term is actually over here now. Okay, it's being moved. At this moisture here that comes from the Amazon rainforest then gets forced out to sea here, rather than nurture this continent like it should. It comes this way. It's stolen by the geoengineers. They've been doing this a long time. This is water theft, right? And they'll send it under the Horn of Africa. Now, the best way for me to show you the Horn of Africa is now is to change views. But I don't have to. You could just imagine it's continued over. But for the purposes of that, I'll do you the 180, 180. Rilletta, Rilletta, Rilletta. Rilletta, that's not. Welcome to Turkey. That's a story I'll tell sometime again. Right, so now as you see the movement, right, this has been stolen. Pow, being blasted with EMF. Now this will be maneuvered with blasts from Antarctica and blasts coming from out of Africa that through heated outflows will fold this. South Africa is always exceedingly guilty. There's a station down here. I've never gotten a picture of it, but I see what it does. I see it all the time. And this has got some of the roughest rogue waves in the world. 100-foot waves, not unusual. Yeah, it's very dangerous. But they could be geoed, man. You could wreck a shipping line all at once. And one chief cargo is something just with one wave, and it can be done. Look at the maneuvering of this. See the square form to that? How flat that is? This is supposed to be a rotation, like a toilet flush. The last time I checked, the toilet flush is round. Even if it had square corners, she's going to loop down center round. And that's not doing it. So, this is coming. This is about 4 days behind this, and 4 days behind that. You see the 4 days and out move starting to come? Yeah, this is about 3 weeks from now storm, and it's very heavy. It's a lot of moisture, and they'll wring that out. Boom. An EMF cut here will send some of that in, and they can take another batch and bloop it on out, or allow it to flood an area of land they might want. Maybe it's where cattle is, because there seems to be an agenda to push some kind of a fake meat that Bill Gates is highly invested in. There's a whole lot of stuff involved in this geoengineering that benefits Bill Gates' wallet, and that's one of them, is fake food. Destroy the beef and the real things that you've been growing, and factory farms pop up. These warehouses that you see on the side of the roads that almost got nothing in them can very quickly be growing crickets. Who knows, maybe some of them are. I don't walk inside of them. I never see what's going on. Right? I see warehouses all along the sides of the highway here that have nobody in the parking lot hardly, but the lights are on. So it's telling me something's going on we don't know about, and we need to investigate. We have to look into things ourselves and be our own little private eyes. And don't be private with the information your eyes spy. Tell us what you see, not what you think about it. I'm showing you what I see, and I can prove why these outflows do these things. I keep showing this all the time. I'll prove it. Now, you prove to me that my forecast wasn't accurate. Okay, how about that one? You guys ask how I do it. This is how I do it. I start watching. See these? These are apart. Look at how many spaces. These are 880 plus miles. Some they argue over between 860 something and 880. 880 is a nice mathematical number, but accuracy is important. So these squares are important to notice how fast do they move from here to here. You can clock the mile an hour that way, right? It's just a clock. And do the math. Remember math? Yeah, do it. You can do it right in your head. You should be able to. Anybody used to drive cars distance that didn't calculate their mileage and all in their head every second and all that because they was bored? Yeah, wasn't like me. So anyways, this is what's going on here. And you got a heavy EMF blast here that's now going to trigger storms through here and here. They're going to trickle over into this part of the state. They have to. And as this comes up to meet that here in about 3 days, oh my God, you guys are fucked. I mean, really, really fucked. There's so much moisture from these beams are backing up. Because this beam here now is like a roadblock. It's like putting a dam up. It's going to back this up. This is going to get thicker and thicker. This tendril's being squeezed, like being wrung out, towards this direction. This is not good for Australia. It's not good for Papua at all. And it's not good for the earthquakes and stuff that often happen through the Indonesian region over here. That's a nice rhyme. Indonesian region. I went to the Indonesian region. Yeah, one guy was whipping a horse in Bali. I'll never forget that. I'll never go back there. That's a terrible attitude toward animals. You think of that next time you're taking a ride on that horse down that buggy down the side of the road. Yeah, think about how they're treated. Look at the beam going right through highly sensitive area. Right, that's aiming that storm. In all fairness, what that should do to that storm in a block like that is destroy it. It has to go through a field that's going to shear the top off it. I think China just protected itself and can hit it with another beam and recoalesce it and whammo right into the Korean Peninsula. I'll be watching this one closely. That's a destroyer beam. I've seen it before. Yeah, you just heat up the center of a storm just right. It's no longer a low pressure. The flow goes the opposite direction briefly. It's kind of like rowing the opposite way real quick as you stop the boat. Right? Right. Yeah, I'll try to find analogies you can understand. Hey, swirl some chocolate in some water. In some milk. Do it slow. And then move it in the opposite direction. Watch the vortices you create. You might be surprised. You might not be. You might look like that. But I don't think it's going to look like the guy with the face and the nose and the eyes. Hunka burning weather. My God, they frying you guys. Okay, Australia, it's that time. Let's give you the show. All right, now, for your long-term forecast, this is many days away. And with that information and the pressure maps I'm going to read next, I'm going to tell you what your weather's going to be. But first, let me give you your totals for the next 24 hours. Go East Coast. Okay, take a minute. Take your breath. You've had this coming. You've begun. Yeah, yours is pretty much is not going to stop now. Right, you're just going to keep getting it and whammo. And that whammo goes even whammo. Right, it's just a sustained, long, flowing, same spot, rain event, over and over, starting very soon for some of you folks. Some of you folks, I'm looking at about 30, 32 hours. It'd be like Voldemort on the hill, aimed at Hogwarts. Begin! Some Voldemort up there flicks the switch, tells the computer, now! And we'll have to look at the numerology of this as well, because numerology seems to be playing a lot of parts of some of the timings of some of these events I'm noticing, statistically. I notice patterns. Oh my God, this is a pattern of fucking flooding you out, taking your homes. Even Icon on 5 days, they're usually conservative, is showing that this area, again, getting it. And getting it. They say, nah, not 5 days, 10. Right? You're getting it. They say you're getting it. They just don't know the exact date. And I'm telling you the dates. Maury getting it. These areas are getting it. Take a look at that map. I'll let it sit. And add this map to it. Okay? Do those two together. And you're getting accurate. Yeah, because of the way the land's shaped and stuff's coming, stuff will tend to flow on certain sides of the mountains depending on the wind. And that's another thing you could tell about their plans then. Where's the direction of the flow coming from? Based on where they predict the falls to happen. As the lift goes up these mountains, she's going to drop. Right? Right. It's just how that works. Right over the lake again. How's your dam doing over here? Who's downstream of that? I think they need to start letting the water out of that thing now. And not in a fierce way that floods people's home, but in a controlled manner as these things were designed to do. There should be no hurting with the bass that are given. We'll have some webcam action going. Oh, yeah, there you go. 17 minutes ago there. Hey, what we got going on here? Hey. Sunrise, sunset. Would you look at the gulf? You got those leaning clouds? Oh, let me pull that up. I could read your clouds. That'd be interesting. You see these ones here? You see the square edges to them? That ain't normal. Look at a star formation, and one will be behind the other. This will be a cloud, and behind that that'll be, and behind that that'll be, and this one's got a lot of moisture, so there's not as much sunlight going through it, so it gets darker of whatever the hell's in it, right? Somebody said, can you tell if what's that black stuff? I said, no, I can't without a test. But however, there are certain layers you'll see it. As it gets right sideways on a certain layer, if you see it's a certain thinness, you know something has settled, right? It ain't a normal condensate, right? Don't be kind. This might be an interesting show to do. I'll do that at one show sometime. Just have a quick read of your clouds like that. It might be interesting. How we doing, coughs? Coughs, we got all the microwave off your coast. Bzzz, getting fried. Looks like a blast is clearing y'all out a bit. There's going to be some wind from that. There's a HARP station here. It's a very small, T-shaped one, designed for tracking near-Earth objects at this airport here. I know where I'm at. What did coughs do today? What? Yeah, you guys got fried. Bugs. It's kind of nice to see bugs in a way, unless that ain't no chem storm or something. That is a still image, though. Who knows? Let's just think it's bug. What's this cockwomble? Oh, coonamble. I'm sorry. It looks like what a bunch of cockwombles were doing that to us. Well, let's look at your skies. Oh, you look like you got some raindrops. These things will have a film over the front of the cameras, right? And they'll get dots on them, and sometimes the wind blows on them, and they'll wave around and do wild effects of light. I don't think that's some kind of a super plasma thing going on. Oh, isn't that beautiful to see a blue sky? As Sam Watt Mills would say, cheers to blue skies. How you doing, Pam? I hope you're okay. My God, did you see the squareness of the edges of these clouds? This ain't normal. This is EMF induced. They've cut it. It's in a matrix that'll probably all day long, the waveform in that one spot will cut clouds in half like that. Separate them. It also creates wind because there's downdrafts, updrafts, shadows on the ground, and glider person will know that, or parasailers and things like that. That's an interesting way to go. And what else we got to do here? I'm sorry if I'm distracted right now, but I think this is a good way to go sometimes. Let's see what you're looking like here. What in the fuck was that? Could be your plane. What was the camera suddenly aimed up and not? Something must have. Maybe that's a whale going by in his blowhole. Oh, I like the thought of that. That's probably a whale going by. That would not surprise me. During that one moment, a whale said, "Hello, everybody. I am here. I am here. I am here." Horton heard the Who. Okay? And if you haven't watched that movie, watch the Horton Hears the Who. Yeah, that's a whale, man. Ah, that's beautiful. I'm screenshotting that. You're going on today. I love you whales. Oh, this is cool. Let's see if we can spot some more whales. This might be interesting. You can whale watch and not have to leave the house. Sandy Shores. Hi, Grant. Hi, you're on Candy Camera. We love you. Everybody says we love you. You're healthy. You're out getting some sun. Oh, look at the waves curling in. Oh, that's just nice. Hey, you didn't know you was on the telly today. Somebody might be out there with somebody that's not their partner, man. They might get slammed busted on a Rob D live video because he shows the truth. That was not a very pleasant time when this was rolling in. I wonder what that tasted like. Was it acidy? Does anybody get burned when there's no sunshine coming through? Because that ain't a magnifying glass effect you'd be feeling. How about this one? Oh, they got a good camera. They must have invested some money. Oh, they can keep an eye on who's standing here getting high at night. You thought you was in a cool spot. Hey, let's just hop over in the bushes and do a whoopee by the beach. And somebody's on camera going, whoopee! 4 hours ago, darkness descended. God, that's beautiful. Look at the water. Hey, somebody's out there having some fun. See him? You can go have fun here. Hey, fun is happening. We have fun, ladies and gentlemen. It's not all about a bad vibe. Somebody has figured it out. They could come here and have... Oh, they got a different angle. What happened with that? Got a tracked camera? Oh, it must be panning and looking different directions. Hey, somebody made a more rustic looking one. You got a bunch of shipping going on, right? So something must be tidally correct to send things by a certain way. Or we'll all go together. Bzzzt. One big wave. There goes your shipping. So those are ships. Why are they still just sitting there? Why ain't they unloading? Are they planning on the price of something going up and then they'll unload? They did that in the 70s. They held oil tankers offshore until OPEC did its fucking nastiness and the oil price went up and suddenly they all landed. All right, let's go on with your forecast now. I digress. I will do a cloud reading like that if you guys are enjoying that kind of thing. So let me get on with this. I could do that forever, you know. I'm probably gonna after you guys hang up. All right, we'll get rid of that. Get off. We'll just go with the love heart. What's that? We're just gonna love this. All right, let's look. Let's look and see what you got going on. Looking good. Let's get some pressures there. Let's really get some pressures going. All right, the 14 line is here. Got a double low split off, which means super chem band deployments will be going on that cool the atmosphere. This might be a natural low as these two pinched off. Or it was a super low and these two fought. Boop! In a little bubble of 1 tick difference. They shouldn't even be showing that shit. That's not even enough for an isobar movement. They're doing them in 2s, but they managed to put one with a 1. Who in the hell is trying to say, you're wrong? That's 2 Karens fighting it out to say who got the correct number. So I'm going to go with the 1010. Why? Because I love it. It's almost like an angel miracle number to me. If it was an 1111, I'd be very scared. It would be super high. Like, oh my God, did a ball of fire just come through the atmosphere? Yeah, if you saw something that high. Hi, you got a little bit of Bowie-ness going on there with the Starman Ziggy lightning bolt. So let's see what we got going on over here. Mint Abbey. Mint Abbey, dear Abbey. Do 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 do. Do, Rockhampton, you're screwed. Your storms are now starting. The pressure, it comes. And then the chem bombs, they go into your lungs. In a toxic air I've seen's been deployed in the south. It's coming your way, better cover your mouth. They called it thunderstorm asthma, and I know that's a lie. 'Cause chem bombs are out there, they're burning my eyes. And as the Monday comes along, it will be the Manic Monday. Got to get the lightning bolts. The geoengineers sprayed you at night. They say they gotta block the sun and the moon. Yeah, what's up with that? You see chemtrails at night in front of the moon. But they say it's solar management. Shouldn't we be letting it out at night? Like putting your feet outside the blanket? But they must think you, the people of Australia and the world, are stupid. They're calling you stupid when they tell you something like that. Like using the word asymptomatic, which means healthy, and making you think it's sick. Yeah, they thought you was fools. But you guys are fixing to find out, and you're going to react to it appropriately. When you find out what the billionaires did to you, I'm not even going to blame the government. They took data for somebody, right? And a billionaire. We're going to hang somebody on this. And you know who's doing it? It's Bill Gates and that company, that crowd. And they're doing it all over the world in so many programs. They want you to eat their bugs. And they want you to lose your cattle, lose your land, go in their smart city where you'll be using Wi-Fi things and monitor it easily. And who made all the programs and chips for these shit? The computer nerd. Yeah, he wanted to take over the world, and he's fucking done it. He did it. He's got plausible deniability built in. Did you see what you was getting? Did you look at your towns? Did you see this shit that's coming through? T-minus 2. 1. Fucking liftoff. There's liftoff. We have liftoff at Wednesday in the middle of the fucking night. Not morning. You'll get that in the morning. Right between here and here. As the sun rises, you will have the funniest looking green clouds over to this side, to the west. And deep reds. Because it has to be. Because that chem will refract the light like that. On many different layers. You'll see different colors as the sun rises through the cake layers of the chem. And you'll start understanding that there's something terrible is going on. And that there's a lot more up in that sky than silver iodine and sulfur. Okay, I know there is 100 layers plus up there in the atmosphere that have been documented by dead activists. So I would like this remeasured. I would like it done in a way that is publicly available and honest, with honesty, not this transparency. Transparency wears a dress and is a dude. Crap down Dundee style. And no offense to anything, your lifestyle is your lifestyle, but honesty is honesty. A penis is a penis and a vagina is a vagina. And what you think you have and what you have are two different things. You might think this is a sunny day, but it's not. I saw a whale off the coast on a webcam. It's the coolest show I've ever done. I'll remember it the rest of my life. That might never happen again. See the storms? See it, have it. And as the accumulated totals come in on the 5 days, You got a breath. You guys got time to react. You're getting another one. It's going to be fierce and fast. This is bad, 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 bad. Very, very bad. So you're looking at totals for this period here of every bit of 13 centimeters. Every bit of 10 meters will fall in this range, 8 and 10 in the square path of this. This area here in a square like this is most likely only going to be in a 4 or 5 centimeter range. Yeah, this is still an if. There's a deployment. I don't believe that tendril is going to just stay there. Unless a blast happens here, they're planning an EMF move. That has to be up in the 6s, every bit of it, 6 centimeters. Yunta, you cunted. The cunting on Yunta. Because this is going somewhere. All this water here is coming your way in Melbourne. You're fucked. You are absolutely inundated. Right? There's your 3 days, nothing. Right? And then you're getting it. 14. And then 5 days later, you have got big totals. 11 centimeters more to come all over your city, they say. It's coming your way again. You guys, they're doing the double trauma. I watched them do this to Lismore until some people couldn't take it and they moved. Don't give up your land because some geoengineers want it for their dumbed down people to put into something they call a smart city. It's only smart for their profit line. I don't see it as being smart for the word freedom. I don't see how this country with 30 million people in it is overpopulated in any way, shape, or form. I don't see what anybody did wrong enough to get flooded out of their homes by a bunch of chem-bombed idiots as the sickness mix now deployed at sea in international waters has attacked Australia. That's an attack. That is a chemical attack. This is weather warfare. This is the use of exotic weapons that is forbidden by international law. But since when did international law have anything to do with us? We think Nuremberg was justice, and all I seen was a bent paperclip. Look up Operation Paperclip. And while you're at it, look up hashtag expose the 28. Boom, 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 boom! Go to plumes off the coastlines of Australia as they're racing across, looking for nostrils to go in, looking for somebody's skin to settle on, looking for something to do. Nucleating, doing, having. And I saw an unbelievable chemtrail. It was the most obvious, disgustingness I'd seen in a LinkedIn. It was it over here, wasn't it? Or you got the straight line, right? And then this thing says hi. It starts going the wrong direction because everything's coming over here. Here, I'll show you how it's supposed to look. Right, here's the official unclicky tape. It's going the wrong way. It's just a boom and a boom and a boom. It's pulsing booms. Again, wrong direction. Now there's the line. It's going the wrong way. This is a controlled deployment of payloads in the sky that are dispersing downstream, downwind, down, 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 chem bombs falling down, 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 drippy chemtrails. What a bunch of drips. Boom and a boom, 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 and a bomb and a bomb, a bomb, a bomb, bomb. Dang, dang, dang. Boom, 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 and you. Boom, boom, close. Shit the dip, dip, boom, 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 boom. The weather shit the dip. Bomb and a bomb, bombing you again. You ding-a-dongs, don't you see what the fuck is in these plumes? Boom, boom, plumes. Shit's inside of these plumes. Shit the dip, bomb and a bomb. Dang, 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 dang. Boom, 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 plumes. Boom, boom, plumes. Shit the dip. It's a bunch of shit dip, man. And this is chemtrails, and these are chem bombs, and this is microwaves, and they're controlling your weather, and they're about to brew up an ungodly storm again. I think you still might have time to build an ark together so you don't float out to sea. Because fucking, Melbourne, you're getting it. What did you do wrong? Look at the chem bomb deployment here. Boom and a bomb, and a bomb, and a bomb, a plum. You ding-dongs are pluming you. Boom, boom, plumes. Dip. Bunch of shit dip. Look, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I get so fucking sick of seeing this every goddamn day. Right? That's your weather forecast. Read it and weep. Or do something about it and get off your ass. You may not be able to stop the rain, but you can stop the Paris Agreement from going through. And stop private corporations from being called philanthropists, when I call them destroyers of my world, when I call them microwavers of whales, when I call them things that cause sons of beaches out there to beach on the whales. They did. They beat sperm whales over there, and I showed the blast that happened before it happened. And even said sperm whales. I couldn't believe that happened. They're stealing the water from the Amazon, and they're bringing it where they want it. Water is the new gold. They're controlling the weather over India. They're pulsing over here, and they're over here, and they're trying to rule the world. And if you can't see that by now, open your eyes. Wipe off the sleepers from the corners of your eyes and realize you've been lied to. Take it back. Take your rights back. This belongs to planet Earth. Let's defend her. She needs our help. Big love. Peace.